I'm Coyote Peterson. And I'm about to enter.
I just binge those things. He puts the thing on the back. And then every time it's like the same reaction. It's like, ah!
Good luck normalizing that audio for it.
Alrighty. We got another banger episode for you guys coming up.
Two back-to-back is crazy work. I cannot tell a lie. Also, my shirt is soaking wet. It's raining so hard outside. It's not even funny.
It is literally pouring. Like, I almost hydroplaned and lost my vehicle.
Wouldn't be the first time you've done
Like,
that.
I don't know if it's a hydroplane. What's it called when you like hit water, but like it's so high that your tire goes under it and it spins your car this way. I don't know, but that's what almost happened.
Hydroplaning is anytime your wheels are not in contact with the ground because you're going through so much water.
Yeah, there's so much water, but
it's like skiing.
Yeah,
kind of fun.
Can you imagine skiing like in I guess a snowmobile does that. But
yeah. Also, ignore the fact that I look super short.
Oh my gosh, I don't have a hat on.
Quick, emergency!
They can't see me like this.
Don't let them see you in your natural element. Oh my
god! Oh no, that was close.
That would have been real bad, guys.
Do you know we did that once for like half of an episode? I didn't have a hat, so if, like there's some reels. Like I think every reel I have a hat on except for like 5 on our whole page.
Personally, I don't think it's a problem that you don't have a hat on.
I think it's branding now though.
Oh,
like, it just
branding.
Like, you know, like once you get into a certain habit.
I branched out into a new color, red.
Okay, I don't think we've had red on the
Never wore red on the podcast.
We'll see if it does good.
Morgan likes me in red, apparently.
Dude.
She was like, I think I like this color on you. And I was like, really? Because
I mean, with black hair, it does look good.
I think I look terrible in red because it's because I used to have really bad acne and it would make my face look worse. But anyways, let's get into the meat and potatoes of this podcast.
Meat and potatoes.
But yeah, I'm going to the UK tomorrow morning. I'm hopping on a flight, so I got to pack up all my stuff. I packed all my bags except my camera bag, which is sitting right here at our feet because we had to obviously film with my camera. But I plan on documenting the whole process. We'll see how well that goes.
Yeah.
I've already worked a ton on it and haven't documented it, so I feel kind of like a failure already, but we'll see.
Yeah.
If that changes.
All right, guys. You're just coming from my throat right out the gate, but most creators have terrible archiving practices.
Oh, that is so facts. That is so facts.
I'm the worst. I've lost unbelievable amounts of data. But I can recover 97%, and then that 3% bites you in the butt. But
I am proud to say that I have never unintentionally, I've only had one instance where I had a card formatting error and I lost the footage. And it wasn't important. It wasn't like a real big project. It was just a fun thing. But I've never actually lost data ever.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I've had a couple hard drives corrupt, which is killing me because I didn't have it backed up. But the one thing I've had that happen that I still have no explanation for, so I did a headshot shoot for a company, and I watched them in real time, like one by one, delete off of my SD card as I was scrolling through them with a little dial on the back.
Yeah.
And I just like saw them just like fading away, like nothing I could do.
That's so bad.
Literally, I had to tell them we have to redo everything.
You're like, sorry guys, my camera sucks.
Yeah, I don't know what
camera was it?
It was my R6. I literally.
It was yours?
No, it was it's the Mark II, but.
So there's a problem. It wasn't yours.
But I was genuinely I was shocked.
That's why I don't like shooting on other people's cameras.
Yeah.
It always makes me feel a little weird.
It is, yeah. You do kind of like just know yours where it's at.
Yeah. Like remember the time we shot on the R6 Mark II and it was ruined? Yeah, it wasn't in log. And I was like, why the heck would you have a camera on your desk that's not in log?
Yeah. All right. Crop sensors would be way more Crop sensors would be way more popular if the marketers did their job.
That's not true at all. Well, okay, my issue with Sigma is like the way that they tell people it's crop sensor is they put like DC or DN at the end of their lens types. That's the worst thing ever. Like, why don't you just mark it like Sure does? Like, literally it says full frame or like crop sensor or whatever. Like, just tell us what it is, or EF or RF or EFS or like that makes sense. But like DC and DN, like dude, I can't remember like third-party lenses. Like, you don't have the right to be doing that. You know? Like, you don't have the right to have your own naming thing.
That is, yeah. And I feel like a lot of, I don't know, I think it's Panasonic that is like the like this the ridiculous letters and numbers and then for their camera
Bro,
names.
did you see that text that I sent earlier?
Uh-uh.
Oh my gosh. So my people in the office today were playing around with some Nerf guns. And one of them's called the XV3500. And I said Fuji Nerf gun name.
That's so good.
I can't believe you didn't see that.
No, I don't. Was I in that one?
Yeah, you're in that
I
group
must
chat.
have just been. I was so busy today.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Okay.
If it makes you feel any better, no one responded to my joke.
I'll go like it later.
Please. I'm dying.
Lenses are getting too clinically perfect. Modern glass is so corrected and sterile that vintage lenses sometimes have more character, and that character is disappearing.
I think that's true. I think like we need to bring back having a lens set and like using that all the time, especially since we moved away from film. For like the average person, you lose so much of the character of your like movie or your video or whatever. And so you need to be able to bring that back in some way, and really the only way to do it is with vintage glass. Like at the end of the day, that's it.
Yeah. Yeah, I just feel like we have like social media creators trying to make movies, and I feel like it's really obvious when like someone makes a movie and they started on social media.
Or they use like an autofocus lens
Yes.
for their movie, and you're like, yikes.
Yeah. But it's even cuz now that I've gotten into anamorphic, I like see the value in it, and like, honestly, like it's like what makes movies kind of have that character. I would say as well is like that super like wide shot with like, but then also I think we've gotten away from like grain. Like grain is sometimes a good thing, and I feel like modern cameras and lenses like want to have just the perfect don't put your ISO anywhere. Like we want as realistic, I guess, as possible, like clear.
I will say, even so, the other day I brought out my lights, I set everything up, and I was at 800 ISO, and there was grain and there was noise. I don't know how that happened. I had never seen that before. Like, I've never seen noise in any of my footage ever.
That's crazy.
And then, like, the other day, there was just noise in my footage, and I was like, oh, weird.
Yeah.
I kind of left it alone, but it was the first time where I've ever actually noticed that.
Most creators are creatively illiterate about audio.
That's true, because I know I am.
Yeah.
I know I am. I mean, I know, like, how to, like, do everything that I need to do, but, like, I don't know how to EQ stuff. Like, I know how to EQ stuff to make the voices stand out from the music, but I don't know how to, like, correct
do
stuff.
like the actual audio wizardry. Yeah,
Yeah.
but I feel like I feel like social media creatives are so like undervalued because they're expected to be audio engineers and like know everything about lighting and know everything about the algorithm and know like they're expected to know so much, and then like they're like also just seen as like, oh, you're a social media person.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I was thinking about that today because one of y'all commented on our video. They're like, yeah, like running social media is like a full-time job.
It kind of.
And then I started looking like what we do for our clients, and I was like, wow, like yeah, like it 100% is.
Just like posting. Like, you need to write down in your contract, like, who is posting on which platforms. Because if, like, you go into a job and you're like, okay, well, you're paying me this much to make your content, and then they're like, oh, well, we want you to also post on all of our accounts. It's like, okay, that's going to cost a little more because it's literally more work, you know?
Yeah. No, and I think businesses are going to have to come to a point where, like, they're going to have to pay their social media person. One, don't make it a social media intern. Like, you need a social media position, I think.
Right.
Because not to saying the social media intern is bad. Like, let's bring them on and, like, let them learn. But also, social media isn't, just because you're young doesn't mean you're good at social media. And just because you're old doesn't mean you're bad at social media.
That's true.
And I feel like we still, like, look at the young interns as, like, the masters of social media, and a lot of times they do. Like I'm not gonna lie, like if you told me to get on Snapchat, I wouldn't even know where to begin to like advertise, because I haven't been on Snapchat in years, and I wouldn't even like attempt that. And so
Snapchat is honestly the easiest platform.
I've heard it's pretty easy to monetize.
Yeah, it is.
But it's also, I will say, the worst. Oh my gosh, I hate Snapchat. But
Snapchat is of the devil.
I
that
think
is for sure.
Of all the social medias that give kids anxiety, I think Snapchat would be number one, and it's not close.
Yeah,
because you can actively see where everyone is. You like see your Snap scores. You can see like people leave you on open all the time. Like,
and with Snap Premium or whatever, you can see like
I don't even know what that is.
I don't know. It's like something that they have where like you can see what everyone's doing and stalk them and stuff.
Yeah,
it's super weird.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I just feel like So businesses, right? They have the option to hire someone in house, or they can like push it out to a marketing
Like
agency,
outsource.
and then it's like you kind of like lose the personality, I would say, like of your brand, unless you're working like closely with those people, which I think the benefit of like our business is like we literally come to you and like we sit down with you and we learn your brand, and we're also gonna help you like plan out like, okay, sorry buddy, you're not the face of your brand, like we're gonna make it this guy over here that works over here because he's way more like charismatic or stuff like that.
Yeah.
Um,
And like obviously we care about the success of our clients, or else we wouldn't be taking them on.
literally,
So-
like I wouldn't take if I don't think the client is like gonna take it seriously to the point where they're gonna be successful, I'm not gonna take them on because it's gonna make me look bad.
Right. And it's just more work for no gain.
Yes.
Because we're just gonna lose them because they're gonna quit because they're not gonna.
And
see
then they're
the
gonna give us
success.
bad reviews, and it's like,
Yeah,
it's just
waste
not
of
worth
time.
it. All right. Brand loyalty actively holds you back.
I agree. Because like right now, so Blackmagic released like a new monitor or something.
Yeah.
And I'm like I'm so like ingrained in my brain that like Atomos is like the greatest, or like Small HD is
That's
the
so
greatest.
true.
That
Small
I didn't
HD.
that I didn't even think to go look and see like what Blackmagic put out, which apparently could be game changing.
Yeah.
Let me kind of look up what they dropped. But yeah, I think it does hold you back, especially people who have no money, who are buying Tamron, who are buying like 7 Artisans or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like that really holds you back. Like if you're like, oh, I'm only gonna buy Sony lenses, and you have no money and it's stopping you from creating, then you're in real trouble. Because at the end of the day, you need to.
Dude, speaking of Blackmagic, or you have it already?
Yeah, I just pulled it up. Oh yeah, the new Blackmagic Pixis monitor. Let's see, what all can it do?
Is it like a recording monitor or just display?
Monitor only. So $325, 5-inch, 1500 like brightness. Oh, it's only 1080. That's okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah, maybe it's not that special.
but yeah, I think even looking at it, you wouldn't all the time think about it 'cause you're like, oh, I need an Atomos. I wanted a small HD, then I settled for an Atomos, but
Really? Which small HD did you want? Because
the indie something,
I'm looking that up.
it's like $1,200. It's
Oh
insane.
yeah, I can't afford that.
I like
Is it a recording monitor?
Yeah, I like messaged someone on Instagram and I was like, hey, like which one should I get? And he recommended me that, and I was like, oh, that's cute. I'm not paying for that, but so then I got like a used Atomos Ninja 5 Plus.
Oh, the small HD Indie.
Yes.
Oh, dude.
It's like
That's-
2,100. No, it's 1,200. Yeah, I was right.
So literally, like, it's not that special.
But
it's really not that special.
yeah, it's pretty. It is honestly, it just looks beautiful. But
2 batteries is crazy.
yeah.
That's kind of awesome.
All right, moving on. Though, 'cause you mentioned Blackmagic, and I knew you had another comment here from Blackmagic. I was looking for it, and it said, "Blackmagic would be leading the market if it had any idea how to do marketing." I kind of agree with it.
I agree.
Like, I feel
The
like
products that they're dropping, the only way I get my news from Blackmagic is that guy that you were talking about who dropped the video about why everyone should buy a 70D.
Mhm.
That guy makes videos about Blackmagic all the time. He's the only way that I hear about Blackmagic.
Yeah, and like, I feel like when people are looking at cameras, at least in our circle, Blackmagic's not on the tip of a tongue to spit out.
It's not.
And I feel like it should be. Like, they have
It's-
some fantastic cameras.
100%, especially the Pocket Cinema full frame ones
Mhm.
and like the Pixis.
The Pocket 6K is like a phenomenal camera.
Yeah, that's an amazing camera. If you can go, if you don't want autofocus, or like / don't need autofocus, dude, just go ahead and get one of those because that's actually like a life hack. Yeah. It's too good. Now I want one. Now I'm like debating getting one, but it's kind of important to me to spend my money on cameras that can do photo and video.
Yeah,
In the current situation I'm in,
I agree.
which is why I'm just gonna get an R6 Mark II.
Yeah. I mean, hey, might as well. Okay. Drone shots are the new lens flares. I get what they're saying because like they're so cliche and overused.
What do you know
now.
about drone shots with lens flares, though?
dude?
Oh my!
Ah!
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I never use drone shots ever,
I mean,
which is why I don't have a drone.
I use FPV drone shots, which I feel like aren't like they're the new drone shots. If you're gonna say like a drone shot is now a lens flare, an FPV drone shot is now a drone shot.
But like your drone shots are so low quality that you can't like match cut to them.
Yeah. Well, no, I can shoot it in 1080. I don't know why the 4K looks worse than 1080.
Tough.
Well, so like maybe DJI, like someone explain that to me. I don't know. Like I love flying drones, but honestly, I fly drones more for just like personal enjoyment than I do for like actual work.
I can tell. I don't think I've ever seen you get an actual drone gig before. Have you?
Heck no.
Yeah.
No, who would hire me to actually no. Well, I don't think my drones are good enough for that though. Like I have the DJI FPV. Have you seen the footage that comes out of that thing?
Yeah, it's
Not
horrible.
great.
I remember because I had you take our group photo and it was unusable.
The photos are unusable. I will say that's not true. So the one thing that my drone is good for is when you can like turn your aperture, like open it up all the way, turn your ISO down, and just like shoot a black sky with fireworks. Goated at that.
The one time a year you
Yeah,
had that
one
opportunity.
time a year. So around 4th of July.
Can you stop putting your toes on my gear?
If I was posting, I would have posted that. But yeah. But anyways, totally off topic. But yeah, lens flares.
Totally off topic. Sorry.
But lens flares, I don't know. I wasn't really around when they were like that overdone, but I hate them. So
lens flares' transitions are still being overdone to this day.
yeah. I think I did my first one actually like 2 months ago, and I never did one again.
Good idea. I'm glad you caught the error of your ways.
Yeah. Okay. I hate some of these.
I got a mosquito bite on the way here, and it hurts.
There's too many creators and not enough clients. That's so dumb. That's not true.
Yeah, it is.
You think you agree with that?
I don't think enough people are spending their money on photography these days and video. Not enough people value the work. They really don't. They're not willing to spend the money.
I disagree. I think that like if you have a good marketing plan in place, like they will come. And like if you're good at what you do, they will come.
Where are ours?
I'm telling you. Okay. Mark my words, guys. I told when you get back, July what?
Well, I'll be available for work July 21st.
Like when are you back in Dallas? When do I see you next?
You won't see me until after July 21st.
So July 22nd? Maybe, but potentially.
Wait,
so July 22nd.
Let's see.
I'm going to have 2 new clients signed up for our podcast.
You'll see me July 21st because we have to film a podcast that day.
Okay, so July 21st, I will have 2 clients, if not signed, like in the process of signing.
Okay.
We'll see.
Clip that.
Because I'm telling y'all. So because while he's in the UK, this weekend I'm transforming the studio to get it up and running so I can start doing my YouTube, and then I'm literally gonna start vlogging, getting these clients, and that's gonna be.
I can't wait.
It's gonna be great.
I can't wait to see it.
I'm so excited.
The only rule is you better have good audio in those YouTube videos.
Heck yeah, I'll be using my Rode Pro Wireless Pros.
Good.
So
with the labs.
With the labs.
Don't you dare clip those things on your shirt. I will.
No, I'll just clip it on my hat. You know.
I'll come home from the UK and beat you to a pulp.
Okay, and Logan Paul's vlogs, he has like this necklace thing that he just puts.
Who cares?
No, but I'm like, it's kind of like just very convenient.
Yeah, but convenience is not professional.
Do you think our audience cares if they can see my mic?
I care. I'm your audience.
Okay, well then what if it doesn't pick up the guy? Like if I wanted to be able to like, you know, if I go walk into a business, like try and sell them on it. Well, I guess would it still pick them up?
Then you wouldn't use the wireless pros. You'd use a shotgun mic.
But I'm probably gonna be filming on like my Insta360, and then I just want something that's just gonna pick up generic audio, right? Because that'll be easiest. Like, what would be the best setup for that? Probably just
this shotgun mic.
I don't want to walk in with that my R6. It's just gonna be like a
no. You grab this guy. You get this guy off, and you just attach the wireless pro right here into this thing. Plug it in, and now you have a free roaming audio setup. Recording in 32-bit flow.
Oh, into the road?
Yeah. And then you can just pan it around
and then
to wherever
plug the other
need.
thing into my Insta360. Does it do that?
No, Insta360 doesn't have an audio jack.
So I'll have to sync it?
Yeah.
Ah.
It's really not that
the
bad.
5 seconds it takes to sync it up.
Oh! Yeah. Okay, I'm going to put this back on my camera now.
Okay, valid. I don't have one of those mics. I have a little mic. Will that work too?
Yeah, it'll work. It's a Rode Video Micro.
Yeah.
It'll just have more noise.
That's
like
fine.
a hiss.
Have you seen what CapCut can do these days? Unbelievable.
It'll have a nice taste. But this mic is incredible. It's also like $300, which is pretty great.
Oh, someone to spit some bars.
Let's hear
So
it.
if you're obsessed with gear, you're probably not obsessed with your own projects.
It's true. I'll tell you what, because the days that I spend the most time on B&H is the days where I don't have it. Luke literally almost just crapped his pants. Bro.
You picked it up.
I don't know.
Oh my gosh. I didn't even do that on purpose. I just stood up.
That sounded like poop went up your back. Straight up. Is your diaper full right now?
Imagine I just stand up. I'm like,
This is brown. Okay, anyways.
we were talking about
Just start over.
if you're obsessed with gear, you're not obsessed with your own projects.
That's 100% true, because all the days that I spend the most time on B&H are the days where I don't have projects.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at gear to fill
and-
my time.
And yes, I think.
Okay, that one didn't smell.
Okay,
I
good.
gotta say. But the sound was lethal.
Wait, I gotta say this for the real, so I don't.
Okay.
Otherwise, I'm gonna have to cut so far back. But I think, yeah, like the days when I'm like looking at gear are days when I'm not getting super passionate about my business or projects.
That's
and
true.
like today, I was like so productive with like setting up email campaigns for our business, setting up like templates, and I was like on ChatGPT, like coming up with like, all right, how do I want to price this? Like, what other offers can I do, and what's the best way to word stuff? And I got like so much done on my own project. It's like I don't have time to be looking at why the R5C is better than the R6 Mark II, or like why I need this instead of that. Like that's irrelevant. Okay, it's time to grind.
Meanwhile, that's what I did yesterday.
It's time to get in those emails. It's time to make those cold calls. It's time to walk into those businesses and sign some clients.
Yeah!
Come on. But yeah, I do think, I don't know. I've talked about it a little bit in some of our previous episodes. Like my job, my full-time job now has kind of changed from like being a creative into more of like the marketing side of things. And so it's like I'm kind of bringing a lot of those side of things now into Court and Luke, which is like great. And I'm excited. Cause
Better not bring no iPhone videos in here.
oh, heck no. That's the one thing. That's the one thing I'll say. Like, I mean, no, I guess for YouTube videos, sometimes if I need to shoot something on my phone, like I'm not going to be scared about it.
Right. Ryan Trahan does it.
Yeah.
Look at him.
But that's what I'm saying. And like, speaking of that, I haven't actually watched any of his Airbnb series
It's
yet.
so good.
Really?
I'm waiting to watch it with Morgan.
I'm really scared. Like I saw it and I was like, oh, this is gonna be like
It's-
define some kid's childhood, you know?
Yeah.
Like they're gonna grow up watching that. I was like, I should probably watch it, but I haven't had time.
It's true. It's good.
Um,
I'm only on day 8, and there's 50, so
Yeah.
I need to catch up. But Morgan wanted to watch it, so I was gonna wait to watch it with her. But we've been really busy, so
Oh yeah.
we have not sat down to watch anything in a long time.
Oh my gosh, this is kind of a banger. Creators undervalue their work because of the algorithm psychology.
Okay.
I think that's
Expound
true.
upon that.
So like I think that like
Elucidate.
because of the way the algorithm works, you only see the people that are like uber successful most of the time.
Right.
I mean, if you're seeing us, you're seeing people that aren't that successful. So I
Clearly.
but like usually you're seeing really successful people, and then you look at your own work and you're like, wow, like I am not that great.
That's true.
And I think a lot of times, a lot of creatives are like really good, and like they still are insecure in what they're doing. And I mean, I'd say definitely for me, like a lot of times I look at something, man, like I'm not good enough to like charge this much, and then you get to the project and you're like, oh my gosh,
I should
have charged
way more.
so much more money.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I would agree, and I do think like I wonder if before Instagram, if creatives had that same job, I would be curious to. I mean, had that same problem. Like I would be curious to see like an older creative on here that was alive before the algorithm, be like, hey, like, did you undervalue your work as much as you do now,
Yeah.
or as much as people?
That would be
do
an
now?
interesting conversation, because I feel like back then it was more a comparison game of like people lying. So like people putting on the act of being a creative. Like you go to a coffee shop and there's like people all sitting down working on their laptops, and you think that they're working on photography and stuff.
Dude,
Like they carry their camera around.
I hear what you're saying, but also can we just acknowledge the amount of people that like fake being successful on social media? For instance, I was on my work phone, and so like I always get like a ton of ads for like use us to like run your social media. Well, like we
Right.
do this and this.
Right.
This one guy pops up, 60.5 thousand followers, and he's like making videos. He's like, I worked with all of these like famous people doing their reels and stuff. And like I go on his page, he has like all of these reels that are like super like professionally made, like 600 views, 800 views, and he has like 60.5 thousand, which obviously he bought them. And like that's so common these days. I feel like
Yeah.
I know people like when they walk into the law firm to like ask us to help with marketing, and then like I like looked them up on socials, completely, but like their accounts are so fake, and but like they're getting away with it because like the lawyers that are old, they don't know. There's like 60,000, like it's so easy to scam.
Yeah.
For them to scam people like that. Like, do you know how easy it would have been for us to scam this podcast? Probably. If we just bought followers and just had like 40,000 right now, we could probably walk into like a ton of different like brands that like don't do their research to follow up. Like obviously like the big brands are gonna like know that. But like the way, I don't know, it really first irritated me today when I saw like that happening, and I just realized how often that's happening.
Yeah. Lethal.
I don't know. Like that really, it gets me. It grinds my gears, as they would say.
Clearly you're worked up about it.
I don't know. Like, yeah, it does. Like, especially for those of us that are actually out here grinding. Like, do you know, it's hard. Like, social media is hard, and for you to just like do that and pretend, alas,
That's gross.
we can't all just be. Never mind. I can't say that. Court works at a church. Okay. Okay. I see this comment a lot. It says that lens hoods are useless.
They're not.
I mean, come on.
I mean, why do you think they're useless? And I'll tell you why they're useful.
I mean, like they're like there's like a very niche time when they're useful, but it's again like, bro, just like turn your subject around or like don't shoot that angle.
I have needed a lens hood a couple times, and I've had to ask people to put their hand over my camera.
Yeah.
And another reason they're useful, one, they look sick if they're like turned around.
That's what I'm saying though.
Backwards, but two, it's good protection for your camera.
Yeah.
Like some idiots drop their lenses.
I mean, yeah,
Or like,
I would say
like wedding photographers constantly bending down, adjusting things, fixing things. I know a wedding photographer who scraped her lens on the ground.
Yeah.
What would have happened if she had a lens hood?
I don't know. Like
Also, wait, I need to make a PSA real quick.
Okay.
Everyone out there who's not using UV filters on their cameras, specifically the Polar Pro Quartz Line UV filters, if you do not have those on your lenses, you're dumb. The bottom line is they're only $100. If you have spent more than like $800, $900, $1,000 on your lenses, then you should be putting a $100 Quartz Line Polar Pro UV filter on your lens. It does not ruin the quality of your glass. I think that's a total, like, people think, now maybe the Tiffin ones do, because they're $15 on Amazon, they're $8 on Amazon. Yeah, don't get you an Amazon Basics UV filter and think you're not going to ruin your L series glass. But the Quartz Line ones, if you're shooting on like a 45 megapixel sensor, which most of you are, or even lower than that at like a 25 megapixel sensor, you will not be able to tell. Like, there is no real difference there of quality. So that's my PSA to you. Get you a UV filter and put it on front of your camera. The only reason I haven't bought them for these ones is because I'm not necessarily trying to spend $300 on lenses that are not that expensive.
Yeah.
So
I think that's valid. I feel like I had something to say. I don't remember what it was anymore.
you did. I ruined it.
Oh, we were talking about lens hoods. I was going to say concert photographers always tell me that I need them. Because, like, for concerts, you do. Like, you have a lot of weird lights that shine in and stuff.
Right.
But, like, my style, like, I like that. Like,
Yeah.
I want them in my shots. And so, like, everyone's like, why do you not have lens hoods?
I'm like
And
actively trying to get flares.
Yeah, I hold up a prism sometimes to
Yeah.
get more flares in
For
there.
real.
Like, come on. Dang, I missed that prism. I need to get a new one.
All right, we need to take our break.
Perfect.
Perfect timing.
They see me
We're
rolling all night. Is that how it goes? All
They
night long?
hating.
They hating. Yeah.
Patrolling. And Skylar made some cake. Is delicioso.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Hot Takes with Cord and Luke. Okay.
Skylar said we need to read some of our hate comments. I say we just read them right now.
No, I will say that for next episode.
Okay, we'll save it for next.
'Cause that'll be
next
juicy.
time. Yeah, I can go through them.
Oh, dude. Everybody talks about creative burnout, but nobody talks about the physical burnout of carrying around 2 cameras and gimbals all day.
That's actually facts. I'm about to go on this trip to the UK. I'm going to be carrying around a huge, like, 40-pound backpack the entire trip. Up hills, down hills, all over London. It's going to be rough.
There's just nothing hits like shooting a wedding for 8 hours and then coming home and like putting your feet up.
Laying down in your bed.
Like God tier emotion.
Yeah.
It's like
Or just driving home
Yeah.
after a wedding is so nice.
driving
AC
home with just
blasting.
like your like tunes going, windows down.
I usually take my suit and shirt off.
Yes.
After a wedding.
The first wedding I ever did, I drove home barefoot because I was like,
Yeah.
oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
I usually don't have my button up on anymore.
Yeah.
Or like I'll change.
Okay. Some of these are really boring, so I'm just gonna skip over them. But like honestly, most of these are really boring.
Sorry. I like that laugh.
Okay. Shooting solo is often overrated. Having one person or a team with you is always better. It's just more fun for me when I have
If
a
your
team.
team is okay, if someone wants to be on your team and you don't want them on your team, that is literally the worst experience of all time. But if it's like a mutual, like, oh, this is a good fit, then it's awesome.
Dude, yeah, like taking my wife as my second is the most goated thing. It's so much fun.
Yeah, and you're not having to give away the money.
Yeah, it
you just
stays with me.
It stays
Yeah.
with your family.
Which, yeah, that's nice. I would say if you have a good second, it makes it almost not feel like work.
Gosh. Yeah, it makes it so much better.
It's just like a fun time.
It's so fun.
And being able to trust your second to like do things too is so great. Like, I don't know. Like, I love that I can like, if I take seconds, it'd usually be you, Skylar, or like 2 other people. Like, and they're all people like I would trust to like do a great job. Like,
Yeah.
I would be fine if they. Okay, besides Skylar, no offense, Skylar, but anyone else I would let shoot my wedding. You know, like. But Skylar's great. I just don't think she has enough lead experience to like lead it.
That's fair.
But it's like all of them are like overqualified to be second shooters. So.
Oh, thanks.
All right. Culling and delivery speed is undervalued as a skill.
Yeah.
Culling is definitely undervalued. I would pay someone to cull my photos if I trusted them, but I know.
Heck no. I would never. That's like a whole part of the thing.
I know, but I hate it. Like that's my least favorite part.
But they said the speed of it is the important part.
I think they're saying culling. Oh, like the culling speed.
Yeah. I'm fast.
Like yeah, I just hate it.
I'm speedy, bro.
Like-
I can turn your wedding around the same night.
Nah, it wouldn't be that good though. I need like here's my process to edit a wedding gallery to you. I need like first round of edits, and then I need to literally wait 3 days, go back and make sure I still
That's
like
actually
them.
pretty valid.
And then wait one more day, one more look, and then deliver them.
That's true. That's a good point.
I literally like, yeah, I
I
literally
will
build it.
not
into
deliver your wedding in under 30 days.
Yeah,
Like, just because it's a bad idea.
yeah.
But I could. I think the last wedding I did, I had the photos done in like a week and a half.
Yeah.
So I didn't give them to them in a week and a half, but I had them done.
Mm-hmm.
Then I waited a few days till they were back from their honeymoon and had forgotten a little bit about their wedding.
Yeah.
Then I gave them
This
back.
is a hot wedding take. Unplugged ceremonies are overhyped. Guest shooting photos is not that big of a deal.
Nope.
I totally
Nope.
agree.
Nope. I'm
I'm sorry. If
nope.
you're a photographer and a guest is getting in your way, just make them move. Just deal with it. Like, there's never a time as a photographer where a guest should be. I mean, I guess I could see a scenario where right in the moment. But
Dude,
as long as
family
you give,
family, you clearly haven't been to enough like ghetto weddings or like white trash weddings.
I guess not.
Clearly not, because dude, like family members can suck so bad.
I just think as long as you give clear instructions to people on what's okay, you can let them take pictures. Like, don't go in the aisle.
give them an inch, they'll take a mile. That's the name of the game. Dude,
I don't
you
know.
haven't been to enough weddings of insane people.
I mean, yeah. You know,
I literally went to one where
don't
like it
tend
was
to do
so
that.
bad. It was so bad.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think also like, I don't know. I feel like the bride and groom might enjoy some of those videos from other people's angles. You know?
Yeah, but
Don't-
not during the ceremony.
That's true. The ceremonies, yeah.
See, you literally just negated yourself. It said unplugged ceremony.
I just think. Because it said they're overhyped, and I do think that like photographers complain too much about people. I'm sure it's not that often where someone gets in the aisle. Maybe
Dude.
what 1 in 10.
Dude, people are stupid. People are genuinely stupid. They really are.
I mean, yeah.
I'm gonna have an unplugged ceremony.
Like I'm gonna be honest, it's more likely that the videographer gets in your way than a guest.
That's true, especially if it's a bad videographer.
Yeah.
Yikes.
You know where like a videographer puts like a tripod in like the worst spot ever is in a photographer.
Dude, that happened to me, and I literally I was second shooting, and the videographer who we all hated put their freaking tripod in the middle of like where we needed to walk back and forth. So like there's the aisle, and then there's like the behind the pews on each side. They put it to where we couldn't walk on a whole side of the room.
Yeah.
And so I was like staring down the person I was second shooting for, and I was like, and they were like, oh yeah, and they literally went and moved the person's camera.
Yeah, you
And I was
gotta
like,
do what you gotta do.
Bro, like
That's unbelievable.
as a videographer, I would be livid if someone moved my tripod, but like
You can't be doing that.
that's what tripod placement is for.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? Also, people who move the camera in the middle of the ceremony, ugh, disgusting. If there's not like a seamless shot for the whole ceremony, I'm
Yeah.
gonna be mad.
Yeah. Okay.
Figure it out.
Someone, I guess this person just liked weddings, but they said ceremony lighting is criminally ignored by planners. That's so true.
That's very true.
They're like, we were planning your dream venue, and then the lighting is absolute garbage.
Yep.
And like as like a photographer, it's like that's one of the most important things. And like you get to it, it's like there's nothing you can really do. It's like you can't pull your flash out during the ceremony. I mean,
Yeah.
you shouldn't, but like I guess you really have to. Okay. But I've been in that situation where like it got so dark so fast, and there was not adequate light, and I was just like, well,
You gotta
You're-
throw the flash on.
you're gonna have grain. No, I didn't want to do flash during the ceremony. To me, that's too distracting.
I've seen
Plus-
people do it.
Like no offense, but for my portfolio, I don't want flash ceremony photos.
That's a good point.
But
But if you know how to bounce a flash right, it
Yeah.
doesn't look
Yeah.
that bad.
yeah, I mean, yeah, I do bounce off the ceiling, but still, like that lighting though, like you can still tell it's flash lighting
Yeah.
because the color, like the tungsten or the white light, you can just like, I mean, you're trying to white balance that, and then you can only have your shutter 200 maxed,
Yeah.
so any fast movement, you're just cooked.
Fast movement during the ceremony? I sure hope not.
Like the dip,
That's a good point, actually.
like the hair in the face, just like well, I can only go to 200, so.
You're making good points. Stop.
Okay. Photographers and videographers don't coordinate with each other enough.
I agree. But also, I don't. Yeah, I just agree.
I do think, yeah, you constantly are like fighting for angles and placement, but
Here's the thing. Oftentimes, the client doesn't like pick their videographer until like not
Yeah.
that long before their
let's
wedding.
be real though. I mean, maybe this is the exception. Like, I might get roasted, but like the photographer is always in charge, and the videographer just follows.
Yeah, you need to suck it up.
Yeah.
That's the end goal.
Like the
Unless the photographer literally sucks so bad. But at that point, why are you shooting a wedding
And
where
I'm
they
gonna be
hired a
honest,
bad
like,
photographer?
You can stage moments as a photographer for a photo. Like, yeah, you can like place them as models, but like as a videographer, like just shut up and shoot.
Dude,
Don't be staging crap.
there was the photographer, the videographer who put his tripod in the aisle. He was staging stuff all day long. I was like, "What are you doing? You
I'm
must
like,
suck."
low key as a videographer, if you're hired as a videographer for a wedding, unless you have specific instructions from the client, it should just be like candid stuff.
Yeah,
Like, I'm tired of people trying to stage movies and like direct. Like, dude, just stand back and shoot.
literally. Unless you're at like Lake Como in Italy and you're making like
with like specific instructions.
a
valid.
wedding film. Yeah,
Yeah.
for real.
Shooting freaking Logan Paul's wedding, fine, but
Why do you love Logan Paul so much?
I just knew he was getting married soon, and he's
Okay,
getting married in Italy, so that's just why it's on my mind.
that's fair. Logan Paul's always on your mind.
I mean, he was my Casey Neistat, honestly. Like, I never watched Casey Neistat.
That's
I
so weird
just
to
started
me.
watching him.
That's so odd.
Yeah.
You missed out on so much.
I grew up on. I'm trying to think. I didn't grow up on.
You
any,
know,
like,
my
camera
mom was
people.
in one of his vlogs, right?
No.
Yeah,
way.
and my sister. I can literally show you.
That's crazy. Okay. This is so facts. Having done like multiple weddings now, family drama management is an underrated skill.
Yeah, that's a big part of being a wedding photographer is managing the bridezillas or the momzillas.
Dude, so one time I was at a wedding and I was like sitting down to eat dinner because it was in my contract.
Yeah, right.
And the mom comes up to me and starts yelling at me for eating dinner, and I just like looked at her.
I was
and
like, "Did you read the
I
contract?"
was like literally like no, like literally like there's a meal for me, and I was like, ma'am, excuse me, like my second. No, sorry, she wasn't yelling at me. She was yelling at my second. So then I had to go like defend my second. I was like, ma'am, it's in the contract. Like, I'm gonna need you to go over there. Like, go enjoy being with your family. Like, there's nothing happening. We're eating dinner right now. Like, there's no one speeches. Like, it's gonna be okay.
Yeah,
And so then yeah, he was fine. But
that's foul. Whose wedding was it?
it was the first wedding I ever did.
Oh, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
Okay.
It's gonna be all right.
Low-key, there's too many wedding things, but it was kind of valid. We're just gonna go quick. But bad DJ lighting ruins beautiful moments.
Yep.
I agree.
100%. Everyone knows that.
Okay, let's get away from wedding stuff. Sony's user interface still feels like Windows XP in 2025.
That's so true, dude. I still like I've been shooting on Sony cameras for like 1 time a week or 2 times a week for like the past 7 months. And I still like am not used to it. I still hate it so much.
I'm just like, and having edited on Windows and Mac is so much easier.
Yeah.
And having on Canon and Sony, and maybe just because I started with Canon that I think Canon's easier, but like,
No, Sony people know.
it's just not.
If you're watching this, you need to be self-aware enough to know your menu system sucks. Let's be real here. If you're watching a podcast about photographers and you're a photographer or a videographer, you need to be self-aware enough to know that your Sony interface is just horrible.
Yeah.
Bro, I can't wait to get into the hate comments next week. I'm so excited for that. That's all.
Most photographers will never need an R3, Z9, or A1.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's so true.
Completely agree.
There's just no way. Like, have you seen that video? And it's like, what camera are you it's like a sitcom or something. He was like, what camera are you shooting? He's like, a 5D. And he's like, oh, not a 1D? He's like, why would I need a 1D for this? The guy's like, well, I have a 1D. He's like, do you shoot a lot of pictures of fish and birds? Then you don't need a 1D. And I was like, dang, that's so facts.
So valid.
Now there's people like if you're like a war photographer or like super crazy sports photographer or a wildlife photographer who's like doing crazy stuff, then you need them.
Yeah.
But
constant light is better than strobes in most scenarios.
I agree. I love constant lighting.
I think even for portraits these days, like, why not just use constant light?
Yeah, why not? I know it's a little more expensive,
Yeah.
but I mean, why not?
I mean, yeah, literally, like, yeah, because then the light is just more versatile.
Yeah.
So
It's true.
I
And
agree.
You can modify it better.
Yeah. Okay. RGB lights are overused.
Yep, they need to go. I hate RGB lights.
I honestly, yeah, it got to the point where when I was buying lights, I was like, it needs to be RGB.
No,
No, it doesn't.
it is not.
Like, honestly, it doesn't.
You
even
made a
need to-
mistake buying
Sometimes it
RGB
doesn't even
lights.
need to be bicolor. You can just buy a
Honestly,
daylight.
I was just thinking about these. Like, we did not need to buy bicolor.
Like, I think a 600 watt daylight light there's a reason that it's more expensive than a bicolor like 300, and it's like the wattage is way more important than like the color.
Right, 100%. That's a good point.
Most lighting modifiers are just hype. Like, you just need one.
That's not true. That's not true at all.
Like, I get what they're saying
You
because
need
like
bounces, you need flags, you need diffusion sheets.
I get what he's saying, but like, you don't need 5 softboxes. You need like
Oh,
one
no.
good one.
No. And honestly, why are you even using a softbox? Just bounce stuff.
Yeah, that's so fast.
Just bounce and flag. Bounce
Guys,
and flag.
I will tell you, when we learn this, bouncing is always better than diffusing through like something.
100%. Or do a good old bookshelf. You look up what a bookshelf is. Do like a book lighting or like tent lighting. Yeah, that's always the best way to go.
Light meters are still relevant, and most people have no clue how to use one.
Dude, I've been thinking about that a lot recently.
I've been so convicted about getting one because I don't even know like how to use one.
Yeah.
But like I know it's important to like actually match exactly to
Yeah.
which white balance you're using.
Yeah, I feel like we need to get them and just
I should
start
invest in
using
one.
them.
You know what? We'll invest in one and we'll update you on it because I think that might be valid. And what if it like revolutionizes just color?
Maybe it will. We'll see.
Godox and other budget lights are destroying Profoto. I agree. Profoto is so overhyped and it's so expensive. Like
it is very
a
expensive.
Godox,
$1,000 for a flash is absurd.
and like you can get a $200 Godox and it's not gonna be, and then modify it with like the what's it called?
the mag mod.
The mag mod.
Yeah.
It's gonna get the exact same effect.
I will say some of the speed of the Pro Photos is kind of nuts. But I mean, honestly, we're not in the 1980s anymore where
But it's
flash
weird.
is like
Yeah, but it's weird though because the Profoto's capability is like faster than most of the bodies would even let you do it anyway.
That's true.
So it's like until like bodies catch up to that, it really doesn't matter. Like Profoto's kind of just like, guys, please catch up so we can be like relevant again.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I mean,
I would take a Pro Photo flash if anyone wants to just give me one.
I mean, I'm not saying I wouldn't take one, but
Yeah.
like, I'm just not gonna buy one. You know?
I probably won't ever buy one either.
I just don't.
They're like $1,000.
Yeah, it's like I just don't.
If I was only a wedding photographer, 100%. but I'm not.
It's like maybe, but then I feel like I would still be investing in other lights, like even like a strobe to go like on the side of the dance floor or something.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I would say, let's see, let's get one more good one. Is it really?
Yeah, I'm pretty ready to eat the cake that Skylar made. Honestly.
I know. I'm like ravenous.
I'm fiending. Feed. We can't get copyright striked, but we shouldn't be able to from that.
Wait.
Golly.
Is medium format good?
Yeah. What do you mean?
Because this person said that it's a scam.
It's bigger than full frame.
But it says
back in the day, it used to be the normal.
It says that for most uses, full frame sensors are indistinguishable from medium format.
That's just not true at all. It's just not true.
He's capping apparently.
Bro, that's literally not true. It's the same as us saying like APS-C versus full frame.
No, it's completely different.
Yeah, I know.
Oh.
So is full frame and medium format. Now, I mean, no, medium format is just him. Like that's the bottom line. Anything else?
Honestly, the rest of these are kind of just like, eh.
All right, well, we'll get back to you guys. I have to go home early tonight because I still have to pack up my camera bag and try and shed some weight. But I'll be headed to the UK for a couple days, sleeping in a field.
Come on.
Actually. And
I mean, hopefully when this episode drops, you should be seeing footage of him in the UK.
Yeah.
You will have been seeing footage of him in the UK.
No.
I
I won't have dropped a video about the UK.
But you could probably be posting on our story or something.
Oh, yeah, I
you'll probably see
can.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that. But yeah, by the time you see this, I'll you know what? I'll go on the Cord and Luke account and post a little bit about behind the scenes stuff. And yeah, it's going to be cool. It's going to be a good time. My back's going to hurt a lot. And it's going to be from, carrying the team.
Yeah. And when you see this episode, 1 week after will be the update episode on our client situation
and the hate comments.
And you should be seeing potentially videos coming in for that as well.
Next podcast is going to be all hate comments. So stick around. It's going to be fun. All right. Well, sorry for the short episode, but I'm tired. And we'll see you later.